Are we on? Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Woo, how's it going?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yay!
You got your official stuff on, Miss Farrell. You got your official stuff on today.
I'm official. That's right. I'm trying to be like Julia when I grow up.
I know that's right. That's funny. How goes it? How has everybody been?
Busy.
I've been the opposite. My vacation has been amazing.
I can tell by the look on your face.
Oh my gosh.
It looks so
Vacation? What's that?
right.
What's vacation?
Man. Oh my gosh. I broke down yesterday and did one or two things. But other than that, I have just been relaxing, playing it, like not planning anything, just one day at a time. I got back this morning, took me like a 4-hour nap. Listen, it's great.
The 1 week of vacation I got, guess what I'm gonna be doing?
What?
Band camp.
I was
Oh,
gonna
no,
say,
that ain't no vacation. Mm-mm. No.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
well.
I'll take off some time during that week, but that's not a vacation. That's work. That's
It's
the
not.
other job.
No, especially with PT at 4:45 in the morning.
Oh no, of course we won't be at that. Mm-mm.
right.
No.
That's job number 2 and 3. That's
Right.
Right.
driving itself. 4:45, which really means what? 4:15.
Look, what it means is I will be asleep. Hope the girls make it.
Right. Listen, let them captains handle that and let you sleep in.
I'm too old for this. I'm too
Yeah,
old.
I don't show up to, even if I'm off, I ain't showing up to about 10:30.
Oh, my goodness, bless your heart.
Be nice, right? But you said it like vacation. What is that? Somebody gave me the bright idea that I should have a birthday and move on the same weekend and week. Now I don't know what I was thinking, but I'll never in my life do it again.
You was cute though. I saw it. I said, look at her. She was, come on, birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it so much. But listen, behind that photo, behind them eyes, was a different story.
Was a lack of sleep.
Oh, exactly. And I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. It's stuff coming in and out, deliveries coming. It's a lot. It's an awful lot.
Yeah, Maya, I had not seen like a picture of you in years. I mean,
See, because I haven't been posting.
I've seen you virtually, but I haven't
Right.
seen like a picture of you in years. So
And
that
yeah,
was cool.
so like that's part of my transition. Like I was just in a place where I just really wasn't wanting to produce or like post or anything like that. But that's a part of this new journey, this new move. Hoping I can find some peace and center myself and be able to kind of branch out on some new content and kind of feel like myself again, truly and fully. So hopefully that's just the beginning and we're on the brink of a new concept, a new creation, whatever that is, but just basically a new chapter. So I'm very excited. I'm tired right now, but it'll be worth it once everything becomes everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I miss moving around.
Do you?
Yeah.
I hate moving. That's why I bought a house.
I'm trying
to. No. If you want to move, come pick up a box.
Okay.
No, I mean like me. Me is ready to move. I'm not ready to move you. This is the longest that I
like the different scenery.
This is the longest that I've lived in one place since I left college. This is the longest 10 years.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I guess that does make sense. Oh, guess what, Miss Shine? I'm back in Houston. I didn't want to say nothing until I got here, but I'm back.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. We gotta do lunch.
I know, absolutely. What was that place we used to go to? Whatever Mexican place that was. But yes, we definitely do.
Oh yes.
I'll be here for a while. Hopefully. We'll see how the wind blows, but I'm at least here for now. So we can do some things.
Yes, we can. All right. I'm digging that already. Now, Portia, I don't know what we're gonna do to get you here.
I know. Y'all, I asked when y'all homecoming was. We got a game, so we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Boo.
I know, because I would be quick to hop on a plane. Oh, we don't have something this weekend? They know if we don't have a game, like we don't have a classic, I've already booked my room ticket, everything. I'm going to Charlotte for the Aggie Eagle. I sure am. We don't have to do. Because before I was on the band staff, I just like HBCU life, like football games, classics. They don't have to be just Norfolk State. Before I got on the band staff, I did 5 homecomings a year. Okay, I sure did. I was here, there, everywhere. But I learned that from my big sisters when I crossed Data. They were like, get out and know people. So I was gone. And so now, I have to be stationary. But if we don't have something going on, I am out. They know.
Oh, man.
We don't have no game. I sure
remember the days.
Oh. Yeah, we don't have no game or we don't have no performance. Where you going? Out, away.
Yeah.
To another zip code.
Right.
I know that's right.
To another zip code.
So I really did not plan much because my head has been all over the place. So we really are just kind of going with it. But there are 2 things that I wanted to hit on. One, let me pull up because I took a screenshot. So, Ms. Sean, you may know a little bit about it if nobody else does. So let me see. Anscape, which was formerly The Undefeated, apparently they are releasing, the title is Why Not Us, Southern Dance. I saw the trailer for it, and I am very much intrigued.
I am as well.
It's supposed to premiere August 11th, and I'm reading straight from my phone exclusively on ESPN+. But I saw the trailer on Instagram, on the Forever Dolls page, and I don't, you know how you're kind of like paying attention, but you're not paying attention? Miss Akashi said if there would be no HBCU dance lines if it wasn't for the Southern University Dancing Dolls. I said, well, okay then, Miss Girl, talk your stuff, because now I'm intrigued and now I got to see what this is about, because I feel you. I'm very, talk your stuff. Like, whatever you got to say, I'm here for it. Ain't nobody gonna hype you up except for yourself and your people. So why not? So I'm very interested to know what this is going to be. They phrased it as taking fans behind the scenes of the Forever Dolls. So I said, now that's awesome. Like, no matter who it is, just the fact that the coverage is there, regardless of opening up the door to the community and giving it a different type of platform.
Yeah. Now I do have to interject.
Sure.
I'm not trying to take the smoke away from my dolls. Now, you know that. I'm not trying to do that. But if y'all remember, there was a YouTube series on right before the pandemic. I forget what the name of it is, but it was about orchesis.
Right. Yes. And so, I'm just happy overall that these opportunities are happening. You had that one, you have this one, you had you all show.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
had
And
on
HBCU.
what was it? Marching Orders
Yep.
on Netflix. Like
Yep.
I
Yes.
just feel like it's so much work and effort that goes into this stuff. I'm happy that any program is getting, you know, to show
Yeah.
what it takes to put on this stuff.
I,
So
I
I'm
I'm
really excited about that.
I'm excited as well, just like you guys. You know, because I mean, I know what I go through. I know what our
Mhm.
team goes through. And Maya, you know, and even it's a lot different now from when you danced. It's
Sure.
way different. But I'm really interested because I just don't think people know. I don't think people really know what goes into everything that we do. And I don't think they appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I think they just expect the stuff to just pop up every week, you know, and they don't understand everything. And when we get into that conversation about how we are athletes, we are athletes. These young women have to be extremely fit, and they have to be in shape, and they have to, you know, their mind and their soul and their hearts have to be in it, or it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm excited for the wider audience to see this, because like not a lot of people got to see the one with Arkesis,
Sure.
which I thought was really cool, because you know Arkesis setup is different from almost everyone. Arkesis is a dance company,
Yeah.
and then they is the dance company, and then they pick the girls that are gonna dance for football games. They have to audition every week for that.
Weekly. Yep.
Right. So their whole setup is really unique. But like I said, it didn't get the viewership that this is going to get, because this is ESPN.
Sure.
So man, I'm really pumped. I'm excited for Southern. I'm excited for the dolls, and I'm excited. I'm gonna be sitting there with my popcorn, just eating just like everybody else. I'm ready to see it.
Exactly. Me too.
Yeah.
And it's just like when these things happen, I hate that sometimes it's so short. Right.
Yeah.
So when can we get some recurring footage, some recurring content? Because just like you said, there are still people who have not seen the Arkesis footage. I watched it in one day.
Yeah.
I binged it, just like when I watched the BCO marching orders on Netflix. Watched it in one day, and here it is.
Yeah.
It's here one day and gone the next.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now
Right.
what? Because you're only getting a sense.
Right.
And like you said, the ins and outs. I remember, I think it was one episode that covered, I think someone left the uniform bag or something like that. It's just all types of things that happen.
Does happen.
Things that we need to know. I remember even before I was on the Foxes, somebody left the cape bag, and Dr. Sherrod used tablecloths as capes because in the NRG Stadium, or when it was still Reliant, because there were no capes.
There's two other times we left cape bags.
See, and that's what you gonna do.
The first time it happened with me, the cheerleaders covered us up. They walked us out, and they like that girl. That was State Fair Classic. I can't remember exactly what year. Maybe 2016-ish.
Oh, okay.
Around there. And
did that happen to me? But no.
Left the cape bag. So the cheerleader was like, we'll walk out with y'all, and then we'll cover y'all up. Then just this last year at the SWAC championship in Jackson, you know, I was so mad because the EQ staff forgot half the capes.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all didn't realize that this bag was light, like it wasn't heavy.
And you know them capes about it feel like two things about 5-7 pounds each. It's
like, right. So we just strutted on out there. We were like, oh well.
Yeah, what can you do? But see, these are the types of things, good, bad, and ugly, that need to be highlighted.
And I
people. Oh, go ahead.
Me, it's interesting to see how other programs work.
Right.
Because marching orders was like an eye opener for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because at Norfolk, it is a student-run program. Like there's a lot of, this is you all's band, we'll guide it, but this is you all's program. Our drum majors are in charge of the band.
Correct.
So when I was watching that, I was like, well, what in the name of, okay, this totally different world, you know? So you get to see how other, and it was some of that stuff was relatable. Now I'm gonna tell you, when I was watching marching orders, I was in here talking to my TV, and some of that stuff I was like, "Oh Lord, I'm glad they was not filming Norfolk State when I was section leader, because probably wouldn't be no program." Some of this stuff had me all tight. I was, the girl was all mad about the pizza. Why are you so upset about the pizza, girl? What's going on? Like, it was a lot. And then but they was going to lunch and stuff doing band camp, and I was like, who do this? They doing this for this show. Let's be clear, okay? This is not reality. They was lunch. I was like, excuse me, who had time for that? What? Okay, this is interesting. All right, this is some made for TV stuff here. Okay.
Now, did you watch Bama State Style?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's another one.
It's just interesting to me to see how things unfold in different programs. And I kind of try to think about, well, if I was in, that position, like, how would I have handled that? Or I know what I would have said here. So it's just interesting to see. And it's just shedding more light on, the different cultures and the different things. And to me, ultimately, the hard work and sacrifice that goes into these performances weekly.
Yeah. I'm very excited just to see. So I think it's definitely going to open a lot of people's eyes, because I think some people think that it's easy.
Thank you.
There's nothing easy about. Yeah, it's not.
It's the most rewarding thing, but it's also it's a treacherous journey. Like, woo, it's a time. When you in it, it's a time. It surely is a time. But I think that that's important for people, whether it's prospective dancers, whether it's bandsmen, whether it's mama and daddy, whether it's different teams. I think it's important for different teams to be able to see that footage, because that's how we build a larger community. And I think it builds a little bit more respect, right? Because sure, on game day, we can be like, oh, girl, I'm about to get you from across the field. But at the end of the day, we're still family. We're still a unit. We're still sisters or brothers or just family in general. And I think it's important for us to be able to shed light and be like, no, girl, they work just as hard to get to where they are, just as you and your team did.
Yeah.
The things that we share, like, even though we can be in a battle mode or a different, a situation from across the field, but at the end of the day, blood, sweat, tears, things went wrong, problems with leadership, no matter what the case is, it all took us a journey to get here. And I think that that's really, really awesome. I'm just ready to see what comes of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I am too. And I think there's going to be more. I didn't know that company was the formerly undefeated.
Well, I didn't know either. I just did my little Google. Well, my Instagrams. Let me not say Google, because I definitely went straight to the source on Instagram and started going from page to page to page. I had to put my FBI glasses on and figure out what the source was, and that's what I was able to find out.
Yeah. They actually interviewed me for that.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Make a little cameo.
No, yeah, well, look, I thought, but they never contacted me to get a release sign, so I guess that means I ended up on the cutting room floor.
Oh no! What about the content being created?
Let me get my sad face.
They know they could have gave you a little camera time.
Yeah, they interviewed me when PV played Southern last year.
Oh,
and so they were trying to get the angle of Dancing Doll alum that was coaching for another team. So they were asking me all kinds of questions like, do you feel weird here? And I was like, hell no, I'm competitive as hell.
Right. That's how you wasn't giving them the scoop that they wanted. They wanted you to get down and dirty.
They wanted you to say, well, no, I'm normally this, but this week I'm not, because I'm torn. And in your mind, you like, it's a job. I'm doing my job. It's love, but this is my job.
It's all love, but I'm gonna kill the mosquito with a hammer out here. Come on now. I was like, I'm so competitive. So no, I was like, did you have kind of hope that the dolls would? No, I don't. I don't hope the dolls would.
That's a weird question.
Like, what do you want me to say? Like, girl, this is not reality. Desperate Housewives or whatever. You want me to throw these folks on the bus?
But you want me to work this hard to come in second?
Right, like who's gonna sign up for that? Like,
Yeah.
I'm playing, such
Not
and such this
willingly,
week.
I won't. Right.
Not willingly, but I love y'all. Y'all know I love my girls. I love
Of
the dog.
course.
I love the dogs.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I was looking at this comment that Phoenicia left. What about the content being created or curated within these teams' YouTube channels? So, Phoenicia, tell me a little bit more about what you mean, because to me, that makes me think of, with shows like this, do we think that we should move into like permanent YouTube channels? I think the J Sets have an actual YouTube channel. The Marching Storm has a YouTube channel.
The Foxes do too.
The Foxes have a YouTube channel. I think Golden Delight has a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that I don't know. I don't know. Tell me a little bit more about your question, because I don't know exactly what you mean, girl. But while we're on that, so in the midst of my unpacking, right? So kind of just wanting to catch a break, catch a little light TV, what have you. Now, I'm tired of the mass band conversation. We've done it over and over and over again. But there is one thing that I had to say, because I dug in a little bit deeper, right?
Yeah.
I looked at this Independence Day showdown footage. I don't know if it was from beginning to end, but it was pretty lengthy. It was at 45 minutes or whatever, what have you. Now, the first, I think it was Regulators against Mississippi Mass. Who did the Regulators go against? Let me think. I think it was Mississippi's.
Where are the Regulators from?
Louisiana, maybe? I don't know. A mix. I have no clue. Maybe I should have did a little bit of research, because I'm not sure.
But Louisiana is the comment that we got.
Okay. Cool. So, I was like, okay, I understand. Now, when we flipped to the next battle, it was Alabama against, I think they were the Magnolia Soldiers. I think it was Memphis based. Memphis.
Like North Carolina. Weren't they going up against North Carolina mass band?
Miss Sean, I don't know. I was there strictly for the ease of content, just trying to be in the entertainment type spectrum. But I must say, I do understand, per what we've been told and what we've been talking about in previous episodes, that there's a difference between HBCU dance lines and mass band dance lines, and what you can get to and what you can, the do's and don'ts is fine. However, when I saw a series of the Pick of the Birds, for lack of better, for content purposes only, the middle finger.
What happened? What happened?
Throwing the middle finger back and forth to each other. The dances were, and I was just like, oh. Listen, now I'm from Dallas, right? I like to get a little ignorant if necessary. Licking each other off.
Look, people.
It's some of that stuff. I listen. I get it. It's the last comment we got is that it's the NBA versus the AND1 league. But my major concern that I had with this whole thing, and I said it on Talk That Talk, is that what are you teaching these children?
Right.
That's it. Like I get it. It's a rivalry. Like I don't think nobody has deeper rivalries than HBCUs.
Right.
But ain't no way that's acceptable. And this is again, one of my things was that this content is on the internet. The people who can access it aren't limited to just the culture. It's not just limited to us. So they'll see that and think that we think as a whole that this is acceptable.
And it's not acceptable at all. And see, people looked, I know people kind of mumble and grumble over my comment that I don't like the Foxes. The Foxes have to get my permission, but it's rarely given. And that's because the last time one of my Foxes participated, it was similar. It wasn't the middle finger, but it was worse. They were having twerk offs, and they were all up in each other's face, and they were acting like they were gonna fight each other. And next thing you know, they was all on the chairs, and they was twerking and legs all and spread eagle and yak 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 and all of that. And I was like, you know what? That's a no. I don't co-sign that at all. And y'all can tell me I'm being a prude and Miss Shawn is just in fun. They just having fun. No, They are not. Because I tell mine all the time, Fox is not something you get to take off. It doesn't matter. You could be a regulator, a fleur-de-lis, you can be whatever the heck you're going to be, but you are still a Fox. Mm-hmm. And so if you out there, all in front and doing all of this stuff, no ma'am. And then, but see, my young lady, I got to give her credit. She knew better. She was in the back. She was standing back there like
right.
She was like,
ain't gonna catch me now.
Nope. But you're not catching me doing this.
In the same context, she's a part of that team.
She's a part of that team.
Here's where, we're saying that it's separate. It's not the same thing. This is all in fun. But when you're associated with a college program, you just have to move different.
Yeah.
If I was not associated with the Spartan Legion, some of the things that I would say.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like I have on a muzzle because I have a lot of opinions about a lot of things.
You don't say.
But I'm kind of like, I don't want to reflect negatively on the program that I'm associated with. So
absolutely.
I keep it PC a lot of the times because I also don't want to do something other than what I'm asking the Silkettes to do. I try to lead by example. Exactly. I'm not perfect, but you can say it's different and it's all in fun, but you cannot separate from the most of these college programs and auxiliary units. You do not get to take that on and off and say, well, I wasn't doing that
right.
in the name of the Spartan Legion or in the name of this. Because right now, if the kids left band practice and went to 7-Eleven and started stealing, they're not going to be like, well, this student from Norfolk State stole. They're going to say, no, the Legion was in here stealing.
Right.
Period.
Exactly.
You cannot separate yourself.
You can't.
And so that it's all in fun only goes but so far.
Right. And personally, I just feel like regardless, whether it's an HBCU, whether it's a high school dancer, whether it's a community team dancer or whatever, when they come together in these mass groups, it should just be, I hold a higher standard for the dance teams. You're in front of your band. You're representing that band. You're the face of it. You're representing the city. And so I just feel like there should be higher standards. And it doesn't matter whether it's a female dancer or a male dancer or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I just feel like there should be a higher standard. Once we get down to, and see, don't get mad. Don't get mad next time they compare us to strippers. Y'all already know how I feel about that, so don't get mad. When they start comparing us to something that you don't like, then you're going to have to look back and say, well, gee, I wonder why they compare me to where they get that from. Well, you got to call it, in the words of Iyanla Vanzant, you got to call a thing a thing. You got to call a thing. This is not right. It's not right. It's not helpful. It's not helpful. It doesn't teach the dancers anything. It doesn't teach them anything. What have they learned? Nothing. So,
I just can't. I don't. But I agree with you, Ms. Shawn. But I also, it's people that's in charge of this, and I'm a firm believer that people do what they're allowed to do, and that they feel they can get away with.
Yep.
But somewhere in the hierarchy or structure of that mass band, they thought that would be acceptable.
Yep.
Because I know full well, as reckless as my mouth was and as trained to go as I was in college, it was just certain things I wasn't going to do because I knew that O'Neal Sanford, Tim Zachary would have no problem saying, what the hell is wrong with you?
Right.
Oh, are you telling us if saying you want to get kicked out was a person? Like, it's just a middle finger.
Yeah.
Listen, do you know what
I'm saying? Turn in everything.
That's right.
You paid for. Turn it in. Bring it back. You did what?
Listen, do you know where both of them got that from? Dr. Isaac Griggs.
I'm gonna be like, turn it. What'd you say, boy? Turn in everything. Everything. Well, like,
Dr. Isaac.
it doesn't matter.
He used to pull us to the side all the time and he'd be like, the dancing dolls are the cream of the crop. Now, baby, you can do whatever you want to do back behind the scenes, but the minute I hear about it, that means you out your bed. If I hear about it, you out your bed. And you know what? You go on, get that uniform and bring it on down. Bring it on back here. That's what you do. And then, at the games and stuff, you can come and sit right next to me. You can come
it's
sit.
all love.
It's all love. You can come sit next, but you can't be one of them.
Right. But so I just the middle finger thing is a no for me. I don't understand that. To me, I've always been of the belief that your performance is your weapon. Yeah. Like, you can say whatever you want to, talk all you want to, but the proof is going to be in this performance.
Right.
So I don't understand. And that's what we preach over here all the time. Hey, don't get caught up in that. Don't be posting. Don't be talking no junk. For what? Because then you get out there and flop, and now it's a record of you saying stuff that you didn't live up to. Don't do that. Put that effort into your work. But what do you? So now they're going to be a group of young people that see that think that this is acceptable in a rivalry situation. And it's
right.
Not.
There was this one young lady, one video that I kept seeing going by, and it was the group that was that was in the animal print or the leopard print.
Regulator.
And the little girl that was the young lady that was in the front. She was fire.
Oh, absolutely.
She was fire. I was like, oh my God, where'd she come from? She was fire. But when you think about it, that's all she needed.
Exactly. It was her.
That is all. You don't need to do anything else. You just did it.
Yeah. To be a threat, you don't have to. You ain't got to resort to the game, to the flicking people off or cussing from across the whatever. Like it's me and my team that's going to show up behind me. It's this performance that you're gonna get. It's this personality that you're gonna get. It's a threat in and of itself. Because when she got to throwing those counts, I was tuned in. I said, girl, I don't know where you're taking me, but I'm on the ride with you, okay? Because
some of them, don't get me wrong, some of that stuff that I have seen has been really good.
Absolutely.
To me, it's been it's either one extreme or the other. Like, it's really, really good. Like, they are killing it, or it's what
the what? You can't. You can't.
It's either one extreme or the other. Yeah. And I just think if this is about having fun and showing your city, your state's cream of the crop, let it be that.
Yeah.
That's my main thing. Is that if this is, first of all, we need to stop calling it All-Star. Let's say mass. Unless everybody in here is auditioning, it's not All-Star. It's mass. It's the whosoever like her.
I'm not mad at that.
I know some people are not going to think that this ain't going to be popular. What I'm about to say.
I'm sorry. What you about to say? Go ahead.
They need to put an age limit on that.
I've been saying it, and that is to like it, love it, or lump it. I'm not going to band practice at 35. I'm not sorry. I have other things to do. And
oh my gosh, put an age limit on it.
On the other show, and people were talking about that is commitment. That lady there with that baby on her chest.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. Now, when I saw the baby with the fishing hat on, burning in the sun, I said, okay, now.
The baby had on earphones. It's commitment. She need to be at home mothering.
Committed to that baby, okay? Committed to that house. You talking about committed to that horn for what?
No, okay, luckily I didn't see her, but luckily I didn't see that. But I'm saying really, I'm because you can look at the confusion that it causes, because older women can get away with doing things that younger women cannot, and it's not right and it's not fair. You got that wide of an age thing, and it's one thing for someone in their 30s and they're upper 20s that's doing certain things, and you can kind of halfway stomach it. But when you looking at 15, 16, 17-year-olds doing some stuff with with these older that's
Yeah,
that's a conflict right
I
there.
genuinely feel like, I'm gonna tell y'all, I went to an event here, and it was a high school band competition.
Mhm.
It's one of the things that I, try to involve myself in, try to go to, try to support, with the role that I have. And so the dancers got out there to dance, and it was to meeting in my bedroom. And I say, wait a.
See,
The MC got on the mic and said, "This what we doing? This
oh,
what we doing?"
oh
And
boy.
then it was, the tempo of that song. We twirled to that song. It was a nice twirling song, but we was in college.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
were in college.
it was a stand tune that the Foxes would dance to.
We were in college. I was grown. I
Yep.
was grown. What?
Mhm.
And then they was throwing these ripples, and I was like, well, this too much for my eyes.
Yeah.
There should be a difference. But here's my thing. Again, it goes back to my point of people only do what they're allowed. The band director allowed for somebody to write that, for the band to play that with the intention of it being a dancer tune.
Right.
What is wrong here? Somebody
Right.
has to be
I know what's wrong. I'm just not gonna say it out loud. But had I been the coach, the girls would have been sitting on that chair like this.
Rocking. Thank you.
There's a meeting in my bedroom.
They would have had that mean sway.
That would have been it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I'm not saying a high school can't play it, but they shouldn't have been. That should not have been their feature, and they should not have been dancing to it, and not like that. They were standing all up in the chairs. I was like, Jesus, what?
Cheers.
No,
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, and I think because the internet has made college dance lines so accessible.
Yep.
Yeah.
That there's a acceptance associated with that accessibility, and those things are not synonymous.
No.
You can look at that as something to work towards, and the more refined stands, copy them.
Yeah.
But there should be some monitoring.
Yeah.
And somebody to say, not at this level.
Y'all already know. I do that now. I do that with the girls. We have a rule.
Too, Sean.
I already told you. I got the rule. No, we cannot twirl your booty to the audience for 4 counts. Not happening.
Oh, that was in there too. The bend over and
we're not doing it. So
that was probably on the ground. The clips that I saw, I said, "Oh damn." they was crawling and getting on the ground. I said, well, all right then.
No, we're not doing that.
But that's a new thing. A lot of the butt to the audience, and I'm just not used to that. Why do I need to see your tail? I'm sorry, I don't want to.
No, they can't lean over in a 90-degree angle. They have to be at least at a 45.
Girl,
no, I'm onto that stuff.
That's your standard. It's a whole lot of stuff going on that just is borderline P Valley. I ain't lying. I just be like, ooh,
the thing with that is like you were saying, college or collegiate dance lines are so accessible that now, and we've kind of hint on it before. It's so the effect of it. I don't know. It's so astronomical that we can't even tell who's who. If I don't see the name, high school, middle school.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's the college team from Timbuktu or somebody a school that I ain't never seen before, because when they get down to it.
But you want to know why? Because they doing the dances. They got on the same type of outfits. They hair and makeup look like they flew somebody in. You don't even know it's teenagers. I mean, not more. I didn't look like this in high school. That's how I didn't look like that in high school. I've always been shapely, but I wasn't full beat. We didn't have on sheer and
Girl, you are talking to somebody that wore ponytails till she was in 10th grade. So look,
right. You know what I'm saying? Like they got 4 wigs, weave 22 inches. And you don't know who's who. It's too much. It's really. They don't look like children. They don't dance like children.
Now
I want like children.
I want to go back and say, I am not putting down strippers. I am not.
No. But somebody corrected me.
I'm not.
Said their proper title
dancers
is exotic dancer.
Okay. I'm not putting down exotic dancers.
No, somebody got to do it, and it takes talent. Let me tell you something. You got to be strong.
Absolutely
strong. It is not easy.
Talent and strength, but you know what? These are two different mediums.
Absolutely,
and it's two different mediums, and one is more mature than the other. And the other is associated with an institution of learning. Thank you. It's yeah, and the other one is not. So it's when you start
entertainment learning opportunity.
Yeah, when you start comparing the two, and you have to be really careful. But that was my thing, and that is why I put my foot down. And they have to come to me and ask. And the first thing that I say to them is, "Who's the coach?"
Ooh. Now, see, that matters. Doesn't that matter?
Yeah,
the coach matters. I need to know, and yeah,
coordinator. I need. Who are gonna be there? Who all involved?
Who's involved? Who's the band director?
Right.
So these are the things I need to know, because again, it's different, and what people don't understand, because we have members of the Marching Storm that perform in some of these bands, right? But it's different, and it's always been different. It's even different in our bands, where when everyone has on a uniform,
exactly,
a uniform, a hat, a shako, a plume, they're a bandsman, that they're supposed to all look alike. So that's why you can have girls down on the field doing the PV roll, and it's not a big deal, because they're bandsmen. They're all dressed alike. They're supposed to look
like one,
right? But when you're a dancer and you're out there in leotards and some of the outfits are more revealing than others. But when you're out there and you're in, your shapes, and, everybody's out there just like, and people can pick you out, and they know, that's her, that's right. That's, and so it's a whole different thing. We dancers can't do the same things that people in a band uniform can do. People in the band uniform can do the PV roll.
Yeah.
So the PV roll, but even if you look like doing dance routines, the color guard over on the sides, right? Even they alter their steps.
Exactly.
They alter their steps when it comes to a suggestive move. They don't.
Right.
They don't do
right
the
because
same
you need to
thing.
You're trying to paint this picture,
right?
That's flattering to everybody.
Exactly.
The goal is not, the goal is for everybody to put out a respectable presentation.
Yeah.
And so that should be the mindset of everybody involved.
Yeah.
And I get that it's fun. It's not as restrictive.
I don't see what's fun about that at all.
I'm going off of what we've been told, Miss Sean, is that it's fun, it's less restrictive. Okay. But morally, there should be some considerations about what you're putting out. A, with your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
B, with your city's name on it.
Mm-hmm.
But what are we passing forward and putting out there into the internet that is endless about what we and who we are? Because some people will take that as a sign of the masses, period. And I know that may not be the intention. I know that may not be the goal, but that is our reality.
It is what it is. My
only thing is, shout out to those who are doing it well.
Right.
Yes.
Shout outs. It is some of these dance lines that are just awesome. I have seen some stuff. I'm like, okay, that's nice. Like, this is really being done well.
Mm-hmm.
But my concern is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Is what are you doing? And
Yeah.
how is this setting us back 20 years?
Right.
Who okayed this?
Right.
So it's please, I have seen some great stuff.
Mm.
And I don't want that to be lost.
Right.
Some of these people are going and doing this thing in the right direction.
Absolutely.
You know, it is fun. I guess it is not tied to an institution, but you're still putting out a great product.
Mm-hmm.
Some of this stuff need to go somewhere and sit down. Just
yeah,
go back to the drawing board or something. I don't know.
The scary part for me is if this is where it is now, how much farther does it go? That's the scary
Until
part.
something happens that we have to change it, like we did with Robert Champion. That's how far it goes.
Yep.
That's how far it goes. We always are reactive. You know, right now you're being too hard on it. It's all in fun. Come whosoever will. You can be 100. You can be 5. We taking it. We taking babies to the stadium. We doing it all until we can't.
Oh my gosh, she said 100.
105. But see, my thought with that, okay, sure. And I'm talking about strictly the dance portion, or also is if and when is somebody going to introduce a color guard portion?
I saw 2.
You did?
There were 2?
It was no, I saw 2, as in 2 people, not 2 wives.
Okay.
2 people.
I had wrote it down. Hold on, last time. Who had flags? Memphis.
Okay.
The Memphis squad had 2. But see, here's what I pointed out as an issue with that. It was the dancers, the band, then over here by a fence was them.
Mm.
And it was 2 of them. I don't understand. You could have sat them on the other side of the dancers and just been fine. Yeah. It was 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was excited to see that.
Yeah.
To me, more programs should have them.
Exactly.
Now, I didn't understand the placement, but I was excited that they had them. I was like, okay. And I was looking like, okay, they got some, and they was actually doing some twirling over there. I was like, okay, but it was kind of hard to see because they was often over by the fence in the corner in the back. Yeah. But yeah, it was Memphis is the only mass band that I've seen with any color guard.
Yeah, I want to respond to Mr. Donaldson. The answer is yes, absolutely. Now that doesn't preclude doing things that are fun with other people. It doesn't, but you're absolutely correct. In my opinion, let me say that in my opinions. Now, I'll tell y'all about an event that I've done along with some of my my leadership came with me a couple of times. Cassandra did, Zane did. We went to the HBCU Dance Corporation camp, summer camp in Atlanta, Georgia, and I loved it. And they brought. They would bring in performers from all the different colleges to be like counselors. And then they brought in coaches from all the different places to teach and to be quite honest, that's how my organization got started, because we had a thing called Coach's Corner. And that's kind of how we spun off of that. And that's how we got started. And when I tell you it's the most fun, like just to see people from all the different schools get together and dance. And there's a video out there because I've posted it of where we're all learning. We're all doing the Sting at Walk and we're out there just having a good time. And we're learning all the different styles and everything. And then at the end, there would be this big mass performance, all the kids doing everything that they've learned, all of the college the counselors doing everything that they've learned because they had classes for them as well. And they would do all the stuff that they learned but there was it was fun, but it was also an emphasis on technique, on style, on all the different styles. You know, Janier Kidd, who is over the DD4L team in Atlanta, she was there. Shanketta representing the J set. So we had people there from all different styles, and we would just have the most fun. And I really wish that maybe the band effort could kind of morph into that concept. It's not to say that they can't have fun. They can have fun, but it's sometimes we have to redefine what fun is.
Yeah, like what I always say is when those Silkettes leave, they need to be better at their craft than when they showed up here.
That's right.
And
absolutely.
I think that otherwise we failed. So I think that when they leave, there's an opportunity here for growth, for enriching and expanding these students while you have them.
Yes.
Absolutely. Have fun. I get it. But there should be some kind of end goal other than showing up to these battles and winning or whatever happens at them.
It's a draw because who's the winner? Like at the end of the day, is there a winner?
I haven't seen one.
It's and to me, and that's another point that I'm going to touch on that you just brought up. That you don't even know you just brought up, Maya.
What's the point of it all at the end of the day?
That and that part, and the fact that in HBCU land we don't like competition. We like all of the talkers, all of the band heads to tell us who was best, who was the best, who did this, who did that. That's all we care about is crowd approval. Likes and clicks and all of that. And now we're starting to filter that same mentality down to these high school kids. So when they come up, it's like, well, I got the most likes.
That's not reality.
That means I'm the best.
That's not how life works.
That means I'm the best. So no, you're right. It's not how life works. It's not. There's got to be a standard. There's always a standard, and
not in mass band. And if I have learned nothing else about this process and in these conversations, is that there's no set. It is, we have some guidelines.
It's organized chaos.
But it's every man for itself.
Yeah.
And we figuring it out, and don't hold us to stuff that we ain't implement.
Right.
You feeling the plane and flying it at the same time, like. And I'm just like, okay, but then what? Where do we go from here, right? If we talk about progression, if we talk about year over year, how is this sustainable? I guess we're sustaining it by saying this is baby homecoming. Come and blow that hoe as you will. Come shake a little ass if you want to. Come flip a little bird if you want to. Just for the sake of doing so. You ain't got nothing else to do in the summer. Come do what you want, how you want, when you want.
Well, to me, we can't just say it ain't nothing else to do in the summer.
There needs to be something else to do in the summer.
Well, absolutely.
You two got a whole university. You could take technique classes online. You can buy the WGI videos and learn some stuff. That's what I've been doing. How about that? I'm trying to get better.
Right.
I'm taking my nights learning new stuff that I can teach. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not fun portion. Nobody want to do that.
Okay.
It's not fun. I can't relive my past times. I can't show you how I used to be the best.
I can't do that today. How about that? I'm sorry. These knees ain't the same. I'ma die. How about that?
Today they are. They may not be tomorrow and next week or last week, but today I took my Bengay. I rubbed my Bengay on. I took my aspirin and what have you, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Because
it ain't for me. It ain't for me. Everybody be like, you gonna do alumni band? I'm not. How about I'm tired doing homecoming? How about that's towards the middle of the season? I'm ready for the end. How about that? I don't want to do that. When I leave this game, I want to go have fun because I ain't had none all week. How about that?
Y'all saw me in the blue and gold sparkles for the last time in 2019. That's it. This body is not made for Lycra. Lycra and sequins. How about no? Don't call me. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be the one on the side with the little cute white outfit on, with my jacket. I'm gonna have my jacket with my Forever Dog jacket on. Don't ask me to put on no spandex. No, what's it called? Mystic. That's the metallic spandex stuff. It's called Mystic. Learn that, okay?
And Sean said not a jazz boot, not a character shoe.
Not a jazz boot. Not
a flesh tone tight,
not a headband. Let me tell you about me and that headband. That thing had me with a headache by the time the game was over. I was like, I see why they don't want to wear these things.
Thank you.
Headbands, no gloves, no. Y'all saw it. If you missed it, go out on YouTube.
You better
and look at it. That's the last time you're gonna see this one in blue spandex.
I'm gonna tell you, I'll be waiting on at the end of our performance when we bow. I'll be like, all right, y'all.
I'm trying to get to the tailgate.
Listen, I'm trying to get out of here.
Man.
Once they back in them stands and them halftime flags back in that bag, y'all got this. All right, praise Jesus. See y'all Tuesday, because ain't nobody showing up the Monday after homecoming. See y'all Tuesday.
You can't. That's not fair. Because see, that's what Tim does. He does that. He leaves us in the stadium and leaves us, and we'll be in the stadium like, yeah, I'm so glad, right? And then we turn around. Where Tim at?
No, it's some essential personnel, but
he'll be gone.
The Silgats are on autopilot. Okay, self-sufficient. They know what to do.
No, somebody got to stay with the kids.
Yeah, they meet.
What kids? They grown.
Right.
Somebody got to stay with the kids.
Somebody is with the kids. It's a whole lot of people, but me, I am not there. Somebody's there, but it is not me. It's a whole lot of people that can get them from the stadium to that band room. I am not essential.
Listen, Tim be like, Tim say, I gotta go meet the people with the food. I'm about to go. We're like, you gonna
meet them to do what? Because any other day.
I don't even pretend. Y'all know where I'm going.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go freshen up. I'm gonna change my clothes from them band staff clothes and go have a good time. Have a nice day.
Tim don't even stay for the 5th. He be gone.
No, I don't. Down, clap, boom. Bye. You gone. See you.
That's real. I can't even.
We ain't gonna take no homecoming picture. We not. Because by the time you see me again, I ain't gonna have none of this on.
Right, I know.
Different person with a totally different mood and a whole different attitude. Okay,
y'all are lucky that y'all even have like staff outfits. And like we tried that, and then it just didn't feel good to us. So we don't do it.
Before LaPortia got on the staff, it was not a thing.
Oh, really?
But there had to be a meeting of the minds because I can't function in chaos. I can't.
Okay, well,
we're gonna have to do something about this.
Yes.
When you come to a PV game, we're gonna have to warn you.
And I went and found all the items in all the sizes.
Look,
here's the links.
We look good for National Battle of the Bands. We look good for Honda. That's it. Psst. Otherwise, we pretty ratchet.
Y'all tried the khaki pants with the blue suit daddies. I mean the blue jackets.
Now the only time you're gonna get those jackets is big performances.
Sure.
But we still coordinate. It's a polo, same color polos, some same color pants. It's some structure to this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've just gotten to the point now, especially at the beginning of the season. It's just like, they know this is Texas. It's hot. We ain't wearing that. We ain't wearing that. We're not wearing no coat, no none of that. We barely wearing these polo shirts. So
rip the seam trying to conduct.
No, we wore those jackets because it was a away game to that Hampton game last year. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was 1,000,000 degrees outside. So all the women, we found the same shell top that was white that went under it. Them men sweated to death, but I said, we taking these off. They was like, okay. We walked around with the white top with them black pants. We showed it's hot. It is hot as Hades
It's
out
hot.
here.
It's hot out here. It's hot out
More
here.
power to you. Okay, wait. What? Okay. Is there a difference between alumni band and mass band?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Are the standards the same or different? Why or why not? Because I just thought about this. Because I mean, technically, when the all-star mass bands, those are a lot of alumni from said university or said region. So it's different because why?
Here's what I'm gonna say. Part of what I think is some of the issues that we see with like sound and style and stuff with these mass bands is that they are from all different places.
Fair.
The structure of what a program is going to be evident in its alumni band. Now, you may have some variation depending on the time frames they were in the band directors they marched under. But unless a band has completely changed its overall style, that's going to be reflected in the alumni band.
Gotcha.
And the alumni band is not going to go so far because it is still an extension of the university.
Correct.
Yeah, fair.
These people are not tied to any institution of higher learning, any school system, anything. So it's nothing governing them other than the people that's in charge. So that, to me, that's some of the difference. And for the most part, your alumni band members aren't going to act but so crazy because they have some care and love for the program and the institution.
Correct.
What happens is when you have people who don't have nothing to lose or aren't scared of negatively or adversely impacting something bigger than themselves, people tend to go rogue. So to me, that's the difference.
You're right. I can't argue with that.
At all. Beautifully said. I fully and totally agree, but I had to play devil's advocate and put that.
Yeah, no, it was I think that was a good question. It is the difference. Now, alumni, we can get into what that actually means, but it's still some connection. It's still some connection to the university. They were, matriculating at some point.
Gotcha. If you're like Southern, or if you are like Prairie View, where that has had a change in style along the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that offered some challenges.
Oh, that's not just to y'all. It's a whole different thing when O'Neal Sanford became the band director.
Right.
So it's a separation there that we're trying to work on, but it was kind of two different worlds.
Yeah. It is two different worlds.
And, some of the comments are Doc's kids or, arrogant and, we think we blah, blah, blah. Wow. I don't mean no harm. I am. Got the receipts to prove it too. That becomes,
a challenge sometimes. I remember back, we had the Prairie View alumni versus the Southern alumni. And that was, but they went, like, the style at Prairie View didn't change until 2012, whereas at Southern the style started changing in the late, in the 90s. So so all of the young ladies that represented for the Dancing Dolls were all doing the same thing. They were all doing the same style because the style had changed way earlier.
Right.
Whereas with us, the style had just changed, so there was some back and forth about, what should be represented with the alumni band. But you work through that. It worked out.
Struggle, but it worked out. All be now to me, that should all be fun. We all were in this program at some point.
Yeah.
So this is our opportunity. If you need or want an opportunity to relive, have fun, get, because it was certain people you know, if I did it, it would have to be a certain crew. Like it would have to be, you know, some of my crew, like who I was in the band with, who I rubbed elbows with, who, you know, I looked at to get hype. You know, it would have to be some of those elements. And I'm gonna say this, and people, you know, might think I'm wrong for this. So there's so many Silkette legends like that precede me. But the last time I was in that uniform, I was the HNIC. Where is it that you want me to go now? Where is it that you want me to go? You want me to do? What is it that you want me to do? I don't know. That's a little. Oof.
No, it's not, because I'm with you when you're right. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying, Maya? Like,
I feel you. Because then people be like, well, why haven't you? Because now you done opened up Pandora's box.
Right, because I definitely respect them. Like I had to learn about y'all. I know who y'all are. I know what y'all have done.
Sure.
But the last time I did this, it was me.
Sure.
So now I gotta mosey on to the back. That's a little. I mean, I'm gonna always keep it 100. That's a little tough for me. It might, you know, some people might be like, "Oh, da, da, da." I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. Who's throwing ripples? You know.
That's fair. And to take that a step further, so I've thought about that too. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, you have to know where you came from or what have you. And even still, when I thought I was at my prime, being years removed, I didn't even make it to my prime because, you know, of course, hindsight. But when you think about the crossover or the changes, right, the way I came in is not the way that I left. And the dynamic of the structure of the program in and of itself, right? So you say, okay, the transition from the original Dr. Sherrod and what that was, being thrown to the wolves. My first game as an actual Black Fox, so my sophomore year, my first game being thrown in and having to lead the Labor Day Classic, which is a story in and of itself, off the bus. I have to tell y'all about that. Have I ever mentioned that?
You mentioned something to me about it a long time ago.
So basically, Labor Day Classic 2011, that it was not in the NRG Stadium. So we were in whatever bootleg little stadium because I think NRG was being renovated, or maybe it was TSU's time to host, and that was considered their home stadium at the time. I don't remember what the cause was. But the first game right off the bus, Dr. Sherrod says, "Come here." I said, "Hey, Dr. Sherrod, you know what's going on?" Da, da, da. You know, anytime Dr. Sherrod calls you, you be a little bit like
nervous.
What's
she make me nervous when she called me.
Exactly. Very intimidating. I mean, no matter whether you've had 100 conversations or 1,000 conversations. So I'm like, hey, Dr. Sherrod, you know what's going on? Is everything okay? I'm thinking maybe I'm looking busted. Maybe my nose isn't contoured the right way or what have you. She's like, now, I want you to, you have to know her mannerisms. You have to know her mannerisms. But basically, she was like, not Barnett exactly. She was basically threw me out there and I had to lead that game. Mind you, my captain was still there. My captain was graduating in December. The captain that I crabbed under. Long story short, I led that game with no practice, no whatever, literally off the bus and in the front. What, of course, now I know that it was preparation for, later on, but what have you. So I'm saying all this to say the difference in hierarchy, the difference in leadership, right? Coming back and saying, okay, well, now you're an alumni now whatever, if you want to come back for homecoming, where do I stand? What do I represent? Because at the end of the day, me and Shell were the longest standing and the ones that transcended the transitions. And then after when Shell left and it was just me, technically I'm the only person that fulfilled this transition from 2010, from old school to new school and everything that encompassed. So now I have this, okay, where am I supposed to stand? What style am I supposed to give off? How do I pay homage and respect to my legacy and my experience It's just too much.
It is. It can be, and then it's like
don't even worry about it.
You can't, let's just be honest. Like you understand who the legends are, the people who paved the way for you. You understand that, but you also understand that I did my time here. Sure. I led this thing. Mm-hmm. Not, no one man. I couldn't have did it without my squad. Please understand that. But it's still like, oh, so I just gotta fall in line again. I don't know, dog. I don't know.
That's hard. It is.
Listen,
it is hard.
We all had an agreement. I don't know why it was like this, but even amongst some of the older dolls, they knew better than to try and do that to us. They had us marching in decades, because they knew if they would have had us trying to march all in together, that would have been pure chaos. But even amongst similar situation to Maya's in the 80s, that's when we had the change. That's when Miss Perkins retired and our new choreographer came in, and so we were of a different style, but we were all able to agree that my captain Tirza was the one. Everybody agreed on that. There was really not very much discussion about it at all, even from the early 80s who came in who were under Miss Perkins. Everybody agreed that Tirza was one, and I guess we're lucky in that way, because I know it could have been it could have been a fight,
a wang bang doodle, okay,
a wang bang doodle fight. But yeah, no, everybody pretty much agreed it was her.
Discussed it, but
yeah, they had us come in decades so that we could all do our own little thing, but it wouldn't have mattered to me no way, because I was, believe it or not, and I'm just 5'5", I was a tail. I was in the back, and they kicked off some. Yeah, girl, I was a tail, and then yes, I was a tail, and boy, they kicked off. We were marching in, and they kicked off some step they did. Look, by the time I blinked, I looked down and looked back up, that step was over. I had missed the whole thing. I'm so glad nobody caught it on video, because I missed the whole thing. Everybody did it. So I was like, well, there goes my homecoming. me and the Mystic Blue and the Silver Shimmy. So yeah. And then I don't even want to talk about how that Mystic material held on to my stomach like glue on rice. And then, you go back and look at the video, you're going to be like, what is that? Oh, that's Miss Shawn's stomach. Okay, yeah.
Miss Shawn, don't say that.
It's true. It's true. Note to all of you alumni out there, be careful of the material you pick for your outfits. All material is not equal.
That's fair.
Some of it hold on to you a little bit tighter than you want.
That's fair.
Woo!
Married to the wise. That's fair.
I was so embarrassed.
No. Relatable content. I feel you. I certainly feel you.
I'm telling you.
I mean, honestly, that's a good point, because alumni are not. That's one thing that you really do not prepare yourself, right? You can be as fine as you think you are. You can be as in shape as you think you are. But when some of them materials and suits and costumes and uniforms and cuts and straps and whatever, if you don't have a standard, child, you be sitting up there embarrassed. You think you're fine. Some pulling a little bit too tight. Give you a little extra little roll.
Yeah, honey. Yeah, really, y'all need to think it. And I say to all of my, early 90s and 80s dancers, stand your ground. Stand your ground. Don't let them convince you to put on something that
it's not flattering to you.
It's not flattering. I'm telling you. I mean, look, I am all for the sexy. I am all for, the all of that and stuff. But and yo, Lizzo, what's up? I'm all for that. But guess what? Baby, it's on video. It's on video.
And permanently on the internet.
There's pictures. Yeah, don't do it. I'm just telling you, don't do it. I mean, in the dance thing, there's so many cool things that you can wear now. You don't have to try to go out there looking like you 19 again. You really don't. Like, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. I'm telling you. That's just my 2 cents for y'all today.
Well, my 2 cents, Miss Shawn, I'm still upset.
About what?
I just gotta be honest. Miss Shawn, I just am upset that the cute uniforms that they are getting to wear now that I would have never been able to wear. I am upset about it because there was no way. We barely got away with the purple, the Maverick inspired purple with the shorts. We barely got away with that.
Right.
Being able to, it was my dream. Y'all, it was my dream to be able to go out in a leotard with no fringe, whether it was in the front, the back, the side, the whatever.
Girl.
For many reasons. I understand the reasons behind it, but I do want to say I am still upset that the girl got bare booted with not a fringe in sight.
No fringe.
Not a thing.
Guess what? And in this year's uniforms, we are no fringe. Not one uniform has fringe on it.
And now you're standing in it. You're a little bit too confident.
It's about growth. It's about growth. And I even with the Silkettes, they're having better experiences than I did. And sometimes I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, I know. You look at it. I understand, Maya. I totally feel you. I know this was a long time coming, but even so, if you look at our uniforms versus uniforms for the other teams and stuff, we still have a mode. We have a look.
Absolutely.
And it is not, and I don't know if y'all picked up on this, but every year I try to do one uniform as sort of a tribute to an old uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all notice that?
I know.
I don't know if I paid that kind of attention, but
that's cool. Every year I try to do one that kind of reminds you of one of the old uniforms. But we Frenchless this year.
Must be nice. Must be nice from the rooter to the tutor.
You crawled Maya so they could walk.
I feel you, but that's why I can respect it and I understand it because it wasn't just a band thing. I know that from end to end. There was such a transition to be able to get the parties that be the hierarchy and everybody on one accord, because that was part of that transition of kind of getting people kind of having to massage and having to get people, a little less tense and see like, okay, well, this is the benefit. These are the factors that come into play. I get all of that. And I love it because there is strength in being able to say, this is where we came from. This is where we are. And this is where we're going. And to be able to see that in my lifetime is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't sit up here and say that I am not upset that the girl.
Well, you can be in an alumni band now and not have no fringe. You can do it now, Maya. You can do it now.
That's true. But now I have somewhere to do it.
Yeah, but look, let me tell you something. But you know what, Maya? Remember the uniform from 2013 where y'all's boobs was hanging out at first, but then we had to get Miss Georgette to put some mesh in there.
The gold
ones. Yeah, we brought those back. And we love those, although they are raggedy as all get out. But
wait, you brought them back? Like you cut the mesh back out, or you just brought the uniform back?
No, we brought the uniform back.
Okay,
we wore it at State Fair Classic last year. We sure did, because they just look so good. That iridescent sequin when the light hits that sequin. Absolutely. Oh my God, that uniform is beautiful.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's
classy. It's very classy.
It gives you a mix of everything. It gives you the movement. It gives you the lights. It gives you the structure. It gives you body. The way that the fringes sit on the hips, even if you ain't got no shape, it give you a little bit of shape.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A uniform can make or break the whole situation.
Oh, girl, we need to have a whole show about the doggone uniform.
Say less. Say less, because
across the board uniforms.
There you go.
Yeah.
Everything don't look good
Oh,
on
no.
everybody. And I mean, even some small, you got to know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, you do. And but see, you're gonna be real swole at us this year. Maya. Sorry.
Luke, cut the cameras. We're done. We're done. That's okay.
You're gonna be real bad at us this year, boy. Because
That's
you know,
okay.
I would never let y'all wear two pieces. Remember that?
See, oh,
Never.
yeah, a good. Ooh, I wanted one. It didn't even matter the color, baby. Put me in lime green, maroon, and yellow. I don't care. I just wanted to show a little body, legs, and hips.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's
That's
why, but I
fun.
see it because they should like it also comes with the territory. Like when you have that uniform and you put it on and you feel good.
That
Truly
first suit up,
yeah,
that's
it's
an experience in itself. I ain't gonna
Absolutely.
that that band camp push. And
Mhm.
I'm here and I'm working out and I'm tired and I get my toenails hurting, my eyelids hurting, everything hurt. But that first
Mhm.
suit up,
Mhm.
it's just it's something about that, like that feeling.
Yeah.
You like, I'm really here. This
Yep.
is
Yeah.
really happening to me. And for me here, it was twofold. I was in the block for my first game. It was hot as hell, that Labor Day Classic. But then for us, every time we get in the stadium, we do pass and review, which is behold. That feeling was just like, oh my God, Jesus, I made it.
Mhm.
It's like when the whistle blows that first time and you step off for that first time, man.
And it's not for play. It's not
band
camp.
Yeah, and it's not for play.
This is your first real introduction to the world as whatever section. That feeling is universal.
Absolutely.
It is just, I also experienced it again when we did our first Battle of the Bands and we came into the gym doing the tunnel. And the Silk at call was so loud. I was like, what in the name of Jesus? But it was a feeling like this is bigger than me.
Yeah.
And that feeling is universal. And so to Maya's point earlier, we all go through the valley of the shadow of death. I ain't lying. I Jesus. Band camp felt like that for me every time. It didn't change once I became sexually. It was hell on earth every time. But that feeling that you have when you have fulfilled all of that is universal.
Absolutely.
If you talk to anybody in band, the first time that they do that is something different. You'll never forget that feeling.
I think it's something that everybody, of course, that wants to should experience, but it's truly an out-of-body experience.
Yep.
The first time you suit up, first time you kick off, first time you hear those whistles for your first halftime.
Yep.
It's just I told y'all I was crying. I had tears coming out my first after we prayed, right before my first performance. We danced to 3 fall 2010 in the Reliance Stadium. She was crying, absolutely crying. But I'll never forget it because it's just something. It's something that will never leave you. You will always, God forbid, I get dementia or anything like that. But I feel like that
I will always remember that moment.
One moment that I will always remember, and I wish that for everybody because
and if I could tell the current students anything, I know you in school. I know you trying to get out. And I understand fully that my years are behind me, but I don't feel like I cherished them
exactly
while I was in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so in 2008, after me and Dr. Sanford got into it at band camp, I was like, I never forgot. I went to Dr. Zachary. I said, it's it for me. The Legion was starting to change. And you know, some things that started changing with like rules and stipulations and stuff like that. And I was like, this ain't me and this program don't align no more. So you got to understand when you not fit for something anymore. People have a hard time walking away from stuff.
Sure.
I knew that this new Legion and me were not aligned. So I said, you know, this is it for me. And that whole season, I kind of was like, this the last hurrah. In 2009, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the hell out of my last year in Norfolk State. I had a blast. I traveled. I went to all kinds of Battle of the Bands. I was here, there, up and down the highways, traveling, going to different games. I had a blast. I became a Zeta. It was all love. But when I look back, I did not hold on to those moments. I did not, how I just kept saying, Lord, 5 more games, 2 more games, 1 more performance.
Yeah.
I did not. Now looking back, those were some of the best years of my life. I had such amazing experiences with that program.
Yeah.
And so I just, if you in it now, just cherish. I know you're tired, you over it. The people get on your nerves. I understand, but you do not get that time back. No. And I tell the girls all the time, cherish it, because it's over.
It's over so quick. And for like somebody like me, I only danced 2.5 years. So I wanted to stay. I was like, well, I'm not done. I don't feel like I'm done. And I just remember my last year, my last Bayou Classic. And then the day after that, we performed at a Saints game. And I was a mess after that. I was like, I can't believe I'm not going to do this no more. You know?
But in my mind, I was over it. I was done. I'm sick of this.
No, I still felt like I had another 2 years to go in me. And I was actually contemplating going and get my master's so that I could stay and dance. But then IBM was like, no, girl, stop it. Come work. We got money for you.
Right. So that ended quick.
But yeah, you got to cherish. You got to take some time to stop and really think and really feel, you know, the simple things like marching into the stadium, you know, you know, marching in, playing the school songs, you know, some of the best fifth quarters that you'll ever remember, just, you know, and just the trips and being on the buses with people, and just,
you'll never realize how much those moments meant to you until it passed you. Like when I sit and think about some of the crazy stuff we did
on those buses,
on those trips. Let me tell y'all this story. I had a terrible habit. I don't know why I used to do this, but you know, when you go on band trips, people don't want to take their keys around, so they put the latch on the door so they could just walk from room to room to room. So I had this terrible habit of when I saw the doors latch, I would kick the doors. Oh. Maya, you had to know me at the time. So my last year in 2008, I see this door latched. I'm like, I'm about to get another one. I ease up to the door and I go, boom. And then I take off running. I hear Dr. Sanford say, I know somebody ain't just kicked my door. Oh, I was a track star. I was out of there. I was like, when I get down to the room I was going to, they was like, what the hell is wrong with you? I could not. I was mad. I would just kind of jog off. When I heard that voice, oh my God, I had to put some, child. I never did that again. I didn't think he would be on the floor with us. So I had just kicked the exactly. What y'all, Lord?
Oh yeah.
And I heard him telling Mr. Adams the next day, Paul, you know somebody kicked my door and
I would have said, what? They did what? Did you catch him? Do you know who it was? How dare they? Oh,
yeah. He was talking to Mr. Adams, but I could hear him telling it. I was like, Lord, Portia, he don't know it's you.
Oh,
So years later,
man.
I told him that was me. He was like, I was very upset because his wife was in there and everything.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah.
Memories.
That's
Not all
one of them
good.
stuff.
Woo,
Now you
we
couldn't have
had
paid
time.
me to tell you that story back. You couldn't have paid me to figure out what you was about to say. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
I'm telling you, I don't know why I used to do it, but I just one time after I wasn't a rookie no more because that was
Sure.
a blur. But after that, I went from rookie to section leader. So, I would just kick the door. I don't know why I started doing it. It was funny to me. Never did it again after that though. I didn't know who
you
it was.
something. That may be that's a good point. Rookie to section leader. Put that on. Let me write that down.
Good job.
Because that's something that we may need to. Okay, we said we need to talk about what uniforms.
Yep.
And then rookie to
Rookie
yeah.
to section leader. There you go.
The good, the bad, and yeah.
We could dissect that thing.
Oh
Jesus.
yes, because
Jesus kept me. Okay, is all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
Because it was a lot of people in that
absolutely.
line.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I said the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the ugly.
The
Yeah.
unscripted, the unkept. Yep. Mm-hmm.
look
Yeah,
at you.
okay.
Maya.
I got a couple stories myself, so I feel you.
And it's not the norm.
By
But
any
it
means.
happens. And it's the survival of the fittest out here.
Yeah,
I can say
Lord, y'all don't even want to know. Y'all don't even want to know the things that I have to go through.
Yeah, we want to know.
Just to go to the section, get the section leaders, and oh my God.
Yes, Miss Sean, we want to know.
Oh,
it's a process, Sean. This year
I
was like, oh Lord.
You see, because you guys went through the same thing that I'm having to go through now, which is, Doc does not, this new climate, this social media climate has you to believe that the person that is liked the most, or the person who dances in the stands the best, that is the person that is supposed to be captain or section leader.
And I mean, it's so much more than that.
It's so much more than that.
Whole person.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you might not even be the best performer,
right.
But if you are the best leader in this section,
right,
I'm considering that, because what I need is when I'm not here, for there to be a leader. I'm sorry, we can work on performance, but who can lead in my absence? And see, people mess up, I think, when they go with performance-based leadership. Correct. Either you a leader or you not. That's period. And see, people get
or you may even be a good leader, but you might be selfish as hell. You can't. It's not all about you.
You got to look at the whole person.
You got to look at the whole person.
My thing, and I also consider what you show me. You can have leadership skills, but if you don't use them, neither am I.
Put that on the shirt. I knew that's right.
What I'm gonna do with it if you don't want to use it? I'm sorry, no. She has leadership skills. She sure does. And when she starts displaying them, I'll start considering them. But as of today, it's a no.
Yeah. That's. I had, I've had people in the past that, I can see it in them, but communication has always been a problem.
And I can't want more for you than you want for yourself.
You have to be able to communicate. Well, you got to be able to communicate.
And with me, I'm looking for the person who leads without the position.
Yeah. And we'll still do so even when you didn't.
Even without a title. See, because when you get caught up on titles, get a little sticky. I'm sorry. Right. You're not the best at everything. And see, some people think because you're a leader, you're good at everything.
Right.
No. But I can also, as a leader, identify I'm not great at this, but you are. So you teach this.
Yeah.
You know, you're good at this. So this is your area. You have to be able to delegate.
Exactly.
Pull the best out of your people. And so it's a whole process. And if you can't uphold what I'm looking for outside of the position, you can shoot yourself in the foot with me. You can do all of this stuff well. You start doing all of this stuff bad, I'm gonna be like, it's a no. What did the lady say? They need a few more mango seasons. Yeah. That's what you need. A few more mango seasons. We gonna see about next season. We're gonna let you ripen some of this one.
Oh my gosh. My gosh.
I love it.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Let's not go too far into it because that is a whole nother.
It's a whole thing. Yeah. And I think, you know, I haven't been doing this that long, but I see some of the stuff that I'm like, okay, she could dance, but it's chaos over here. Like something not adding up. Like she should have been the person that your leader puts in charge of stands.
Sure.
But this might be the person that takes you down the street, but she not your section leader. This is her gift.
Right.
But that person that's gifted in that can't lead your section. You have to make the best leadership selection and deal with the rest and build the rest around it. You cannot say she has the most technique on the squad. She ain't got a lick of damn leadership. It's gonna be chaos the whole season. No. I'm not that'll be nice that if they have the whole package, but I have to look at this roster and say who can lead this squad. That's what I'm looking for.
Absolutely.
But I know for a fact, because I've asked some questions, you know, to some people I talked to. Well, how did you select her? She the best dancer on the squad. I was like, Ooh. I guess
you just said a mouthful. You just said a mouthful. So bless you. People that are tuned in, we're gonna hit that subject. It's not gonna be a nice one. It's not. That's gonna be.
I want to have.
That's important. That's important.
Absolutely, but it's one that needs to be had. So we're gonna have it.
That's important.
Something about a conversation.
Because most of us, and I know for me, the majority of the people, at least 95% of the people that end up being a Fox, they were leaders on their high school team.
Sure.
So they all come in, you know, expecting to be in leadership. You know, I was a leader.
I was the NIC there.
Yeah.
You're here now. You're here now.
That's like those people that won the Heisman in the NFL in college and then get to the NFL, you flop. This ain't the same. Welcome to the big leagues.
And then another thing too is that here in Texas, Portia, they do it differently here because you got the captain, the co-captain, the first lieutenant, the second lieutenant, the third lieutenant, the treasurer, the
army barracks.
It's the way they the way they do it here in Texas.
Okay, so how does that work? The chain of command too damn long. What is going on? How many people I gotta talk to?
They use this military structure for leadership at these schools.
Is the squad 40 people? Why is it
some of them are? Some of them are.
Oh, that makes sense. All right.
Some of the teams here, because I'm getting girls from the white schools now. So a lot of those teams got 50, 60, 70 girls on the team. So they'll have all these lieutenants and they have a treasurer and they'll have all these people. And so there'll be something and then they'll come here and they're like, yeah, well, you know, I was in leadership and and I want to be a leader. I'm really interested in leadership. And I'm just like, yeah, just like you and them other
you 15. And everybody else. You and
you and the mother 15, they all want to be in leadership, and being in leadership in a collegiate and HBCU team it's totally different. It's not the same. It's not the same. Phoenicia said, how do I choose my
save that for the we're gonna come back to that question, Phoenicia. Let's put that on.
I think that kind of feeds into the next what we were talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say that question falls under Let's visit that question when we talk about this section leadership.
About how do I pick the choreographer?
Wait, Miss Shaw, you want to answer it now? Or you want to save it for the whole section leadership episode?
I'll call you, Phoenicia.
But then we'll talk about it.
But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Well, put me on three-way then, because I want to know. I got some questions too now. Now, Felicia, I screenshotted. Not screenshot. I took a picture of your comment so we can go ahead and
and I think it'll be dope if other people have leadership stuff that they want us to talk about in that episode. Let us know. Like, let us.
Julie, can you put the email on the screen, please? I can't remember it word for word right now. Exactly. So if y'all have questions, comments,
you got Phoenicia's question.
Yeah, I took a picture of it. If y'all want to add, or if y'all have for that topic or any others, please go ahead and thefeaturepod@gmail.com. Please submit your requests, inquiries, questions, topics, comments, all of those things there. I said we were going to start revisiting those. I was not as prepared as we needed to be today, so I didn't get to that. But that is on the docket as well. It's a work in progress. We're going to figure it out. But that is where you should submit everything that anything that you have, questions, comments, concerns, all of those things. Wow. It's 9:00.
Yeah. It is.
That was a good time for us. Yeah. For us to not really know what we was doing.
I know we
it flowed naturally though. Yeah, I think,
and
that's why you was like, you on vacation, you don't have to join. This is therapy for me. Like this right here is fun for me, so it's on the list. I ain't doing nothing else. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for me too, y'all. I'm so glad that y'all include me in this because this is just a lot of fun for me.
Absolutely, I think this triad that we have is very balanced. It hits every angle that needs to be hit. We have that, and it's cohesive, and I love it. And I could not ask for a better panel. So I thank y'all so much, time and time again.
You're welcome.
And Miss Shaw, now that I'm back in Houston, we can do some damage, girlfriend. We can
yes. Y'all know.
Exactly. Now it's time to get to the getting that's good. Let's see.
Yeah. Phoenicia all the way off in Arizona.
I know, in the pit of hell in Arizona, girl. Why you move out there? They on a different time zone and everything. What about a live show? Say less, girlfriend. Let's.
I'm thinking about taking that journey, so we'll see.
I'm gonna be on the sideline, so I need to report from the sideline. Yeah,
that's actually a really good idea. Let's figure out how to put some things together, and we may figure out how to make that happen. But there's definitely we're in it for the long haul, so we have a lot to talk about. So we in it for the long haul.
Yeah,
we're gonna do some things for sure. But let's see, we have another show. Let's see, we'll be back in. Let me pull up my calendar. Can't pull it up. Whatever 2 weeks from now is. Or maybe we need to talk about what y'all schedule. We'll talk about that offline.
I'm good for at least another.
Well, 2 weeks is
August is
11, 12,
14.
Yeah, the 14th, July 14th.
June.
Oh, I'm good for that day. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so let's set it up for July 14th. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in as always. We'll look to be here 7:15 Central, July 14th. And we'll do it again.
Yes, we will.
Perfect. Thank y'all. Y'all have such a good night. See y'all later.
Bye. Bye.